Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Cook with Sana Kuram. This is Sana. Today I'm going to show you how to make eggless Christmas plum cake which doesn't require caramelization of sugar, as we're going to use brown sugar in this recipe, which is actually used in the authentic way of baking the Christmas plum cakes. Because brown sugar contains molasses, which gives it distinctive caramel flavor and makes the cake quite moist, fluffy and delicious when compared to the white sugar. This time I have baked this cake in microwave oven in the convection mode. Same recipe will work equally well when baked in a kadai also. So please watch my eggless tutti frutti cake recipe, in which I have explained in detail as to how to bake a cake in a kadai. I have shared the link in the description box. Please watch that recipe also if you want to bake this cake in kadai. Come, let's get started. For the Christmas plum cake, take 2 tablespoons of dates, seedless dates, tutti fruttis 2 tablespoons, candied cherries 2 tablespoons, and black raisins, golden raisins, and dried cranberries and dried papaya, each 2 tablespoons I have taken. Now take a mixing bowl and add all these ingredients into it. You can use any dry fruits of your choice. You can use figs, or you can use apricots or prunes, or any dry fruits you can use. Now take 150 ml of orange juice. We are going to soak this in orange juice. You can use fresh orange juice, but I have taken the Tetra Pak one, the store-bought one. Cover it and soak for 6 hours in room temperature. Never refrigerate, should be in room temperature only. After 6 hours, you can just see the dry fruits have been soaked well and they have absorbed the orange juice. They look plumpy because they've absorbed the orange juice. Now you can drain the excess juice using a colander. We're not going to use this excess juice in our recipe, so you can discard the excess juice and keep the strained dry fruit aside. Now place a colander over a mixing bowl and add 1.5 cups of maida, or you can call it all-purpose flour, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, and a pinch of salt. Now sift well. Sift the mixture thoroughly using a colander and mix it well so that all the dry ingredients get mixed up. Now take a mixing jar and add 4 cinnamon, the roll variety one I have taken, small and thin ones, 4 cloves, and dry ginger powder 1/4 teaspoon, and nutmeg powder 1/8 teaspoon. We are going to grind all these. You can see the texture is not very smooth, it is coarse. So I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar to it to make it a smooth powder, and I'm going to add in batches. The brown sugar should be added in batches. So the first batch I'm going to grind, because the spices are very less, the amount of spices are very less, so for it to get ground properly we are using this method. Now the second batch we are going to grind. Now it has become a very fine powder, but still we need to sift them because some residue will be there and we don't want that in our recipe. You can see the residue, you can just discard it. Now our mixture is ready, you can keep aside. Now we can prepare the cake tin. Now take a 7-inch cake tin and brush it with some oil. You have to brush at the bottom and also at the sides. Now place a butter paper at the center and also line the butter paper at the sides so that the cake will be easy to be demolded once it is baked. That is why we are doing this. Now the cake tin is ready, keep aside. Now take another bowl and we are going to add 1 cup of milk, which is at room temperature. Don't add milk directly from the fridge. 1 cup of sunflower oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, and mix thoroughly using a wired whisk. To this, you have to add the ground and sifted spices and brown sugar mix. Add in batches, don't add together. See that there are no lumps. Mix thoroughly. Now these are the dry ingredients that we had sifted, the maida mixture, the maida, baking soda and baking powder mixture, which you have to add in batches and whisk thoroughly using the whisk. We are not going to use any electric hand blender for whisking this. We are just going to use a wired whisk for this. And also you don't have to use extra milk or water for this, because the recipe is perfect and 1 cup of milk is sufficient to get the perfect consistency of this batter. Using a spatula and by this cut and fold method, mix the batter thoroughly. Don't over mix it, do it softly. Now at this stage you can add the dry fruits, the soaked and drained dry fruits, and reserve some for later. You can use them for later and mix thoroughly. And add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. This should be added finally, because once you mix the lemon juice, immediately you should pour the batter into the cake pan, because lemon is acidic in nature. It will react with the alkaline baking soda and produce carbon dioxide gas, which will help in inflating and rising up the cake. So if you take a longer time to pour and bake immediately, the batter will lose the carbon dioxide gas and it will not become fluffy. The cake will not become fluffy. Now tap it well and top the batter with the reserved dry fruits. And once you add the dry fruits, please don't tap the cake tin, otherwise the dry fruits will get sunk at the bottom. Now bake in a preheated oven at 160 degrees centigrade for 40 minutes. And preheating is very important. My oven has automatic preheating option, so I have to just set the temperature for preheating, and it beeps once preheating is done. For 160 degrees centigrade, it takes about 5 minutes for preheating. Now after preheating, I have to place the tin in the oven, and I have to bake it for 40 minutes at 160 degrees centigrade. And the preheating temperature and the baking temperature should be the same. The cake is ready. Now place it over a wire rack and cool it in room temperature for about 2 to 3 hours to unmold it. Now after 3 hours, you can just remove the cloth. The cake is ready to be demolded now. Invert a plate over the cake tin to demold the cake. Tap it so that it gets loosened, and you can remove the butter papers from the side and also from the bottom. Look at that, it's too good actually. You can see the texture, super spongy and yummy cake is ready. Cover it with a cling wrap and consume the next day so that the cake turns more moist and delicious. Now after 24 hours, I'm going to remove the cling wrap and you will see the texture now. It's so smooth. As I open, I can just feel the aroma of the spices and it's so good. I'm going to cut the cake and I'm going to show you the texture. And look at that. Just have a look at the texture. It has been perfectly baked, and the flavor of the spices and the super soft, juicy and delicious fruits and plums make this cotton soft cake just out of the world. And you can just see how it springs back once it is pressed. Now please try this cake and write your valuable feedback in the comments box, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you all very much. With lots of love, Sana Kuram. Thanks a lot for watching my video. Please write your valuable feedback in the comments box, which will encourage me to give you the best videos in the future. And if you like my recipe and my video, please hit a like, subscribe to my channel and enable the bell icon so that you will get the updates of my new uploads. and please don't forget to share this recipe with your family and friends. Thank you all very much. With lots of love, Sana Kuram.